All right, guys. So, welcome to our Secret Mastermind Circle Masterclass. So, most of you are here because maybe you have seen the ads or you have been invited by one of your friends. So, this is something that could help you, right? We will be tackling a lot of things here. So, some of the topics here are not common, right? Because we are not being taught on this one at school maybe or in our environment. So I would like to request for you to have an open mind. So bottom line is everything that you will learn here is more about helping you. Okay? And yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. What you will be discovering here will be the mindset and the beliefs of the wealthy. And also, second is you will know the source code of winning, the source code of success. This is really exciting, right? Again, hindi to tinuturo sa school, and this can only be taught by someone who have made it or who have done it, right? And yeah, that's what we are going to talk about the next slides. And also, lesson three is what are the next steps to do to advance to the next phase of your life, right? Maybe you're seeing this on the 2026 year. So this is really a great way to jump start your year, guys. Right? So yeah. So who is this for? Yeah. So this is for people who want to elevate their life regardless of their current status. And so I don't care who you are right now. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you are poor. I don't care if you have nothing. I don't care if you have family or married or something. As long as you are that person who want to elevate their life, yung taong pagod na, no? Pagod na sa kahirapan, pagod na sa pagiging the same person every single year, right? People who want to also of course the best for their family, right? This is going to be for you, right? This is also for people who wanted to have a clear path or steps on how to become the person they want to be. So again, if you are that person at naguguluhan, no? Yung feeling mo parang ginawa ko naman lahat, ginawa ko naman na lahat, pero bakit same pa rin yung buhay? Right? I did everything for my business. I did everything for my relationship. I did everything for my job, but I'm still stuck and I'm still here. So this is going to be for you. If you are not this person, then you are free to leave. We don't want you here. If you are not for growth, this video is not for you. You're just going to be wasting your time here. Okay, so let's go ahead and proceed. When you stay still until the end, guys, I'll be giving you a free access to our community, on our environment, on our circle, which is the secret mastermind circle. Right? This is for free. You don't have to pay for anything. Right? These videos that you can get on this free stuff is the videos that could help you, right, elevate your life already. It's up to you if you wanted to proceed with the next, like say, video courses. And but when you stay still until the end, I will give you the link on how you can go to our secret mastermind circle. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. And so, why do wealthy people are getting richer? Let's see. So first is we're gonna be tackling about the mindset and the beliefs of the wealthy. Yan. So dito nagkakatalo lahat guys because there's really a huge difference between the mindsetting and the beliefs of the rich or the wealthy or the successful ones to the mediocre, to the poor one, or to the not wealthy. Right? So this is not to discredit guys, poor people. No, this is not to judge people. We just really need to learn these stuffs here in order for you to know how to proceed on the next steps. Because if you don't distinguish the source of the problem, you will also not be able to get the solution to the problem. We are not wanting a temporary fix. What we are wanting is a long-term fix. Okay? So yes, first is the wealthy people, they have control with their mind and emotions. Yan. So when you say they have control with their mind and emotions, this is how do their mind works. No? They focus on the solution rather than the problems. Okay, so on this first slide, guys, we will elaborate further on the next slides. Right? So they focus on the solution rather than problems. If you come to think of it, once you like say see a person's life, no, the not wealthy person, try to imagine or try to like say observe what they normally do is when they wake up, they think of problems, right? They think of utang na babayaran, the debt, the people in their neighborhood. Tatrabaho na naman ako, makikita ko na naman yung mga ayokong kasama doon, di ba? Ayoko sa boss ko, ayoko sa trabaho ko. They're doing the things that they hate, right? And by doing that, they're actually wasting their time and energy on the things that could not help them. And that's also one of the reasons why they get stuck because you're not able to focus on the solution anymore, which is when the successful ones, what they normally do, once they face problems, they actually have a lot of solutions that they can think of because they're focused on the solutions. In the next slides, you will learn more about how to focus on something. Okay, so that's one thing. The second thing is they have clarity in what they do because they know their true value. They know who they are. They know themselves well. And when you have clarity, when you have that um, clear steps or clear vision of who you are, of what you want to be in life, you will have that great focus, right? Um, one of the things that you will be having once you have clarity is you have this belief of being deserving for greater things in life. And in spirituality, that is actually called faith. Faith, guys, right? The thing with the not successful one is they 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 think they have faith, right? They pray to God. They think of faith, no? They're portraying that they have faith, but what happening is they have lackness in themselves, di ba? Um, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin meron kang faith and at the same time you are experiencing lack because if you know who God is, right? And if you believe that he will be giving the prayers that you've been asking for, right? And you really have faith, then you cannot experience lack. Experiencing lackness, right? Experiencing lackness is something uh, that is a person that's not having faith. Try to imagine, guys. You cannot experience lack. If I'm gonna give you this example. If you ask me right now that uh, you need like a 1 million pesos, And I will tell you, after a month, I will give you that 1 million pesos. All you have to do is to believe and do this every single day, right? That's a clear, like say, assurance, right? So, how do you think would you feel? Of course, if for example, meron kang utang na babayaran after a month, then you will know na, I mean, meron kang utang na babayaran, like 300,000, you will still be confident because I already have that 1 million after this month. So yeah, I can pay that, right? You have that faith and belief. It's high enough because you know that you are not lacking money, right? But what's happening is when you ask uh, God something, you're praying for something, right? You are doubting your prayers. Paano to? Isang buwan na. Paano to? Baka hindi ko to mabayaran. Paano to? Right? You are doubting your own prayers. So is that the person who has faith and belief to God? Right? That's all because you don't have clarity in your mind. Not saying that this is you. This could be you, yes. But what I'm saying is, for a not wealthy person, this is what's running into their mind, right? They don't have clarity because they don't have vision, right? So next is they invest in themselves and they value continuous learning. And all right. So most people, again, what they're normally doing is they wake up, think of problems, go to work, complain about work, right? They go home, they eat, they sleep, they do this all over again for the next 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, right? They, they don't have another um, curricular activities that could help them what learn more, right? And that's one of the um, dying part, no? So when you stop learning, you start dying, right? So investing in yourself could be a lot of things. You could go in a seminar, paid seminar or free seminar. You could read books, right? Maybe about finances, books about personal development, right? But try to ask yourself, if you are a business owner, if you are a normal person with a job, right? You are a student. How do you spend your day? How do you spend your day? You have to ask yourself, guys. Only you can answer that. And you have to be honest with yourself. Honesty and acceptance is the first step, guys. You really wanted to be wealthy. You really want to be wanted to be the person you want to be. You have to invest in yourself. Right? Next is they choose their environment. Ayan. So being wealthy, right? Being successful in anything that you do, you really have to have that environment, the right environment. So again, ask yourself, um, what is my environment looks like, right? Ano ba yung nasa paligid ko ngayon? Who do I hang out with? Who do I talk to every single day? What are the topics that we are having? Right? There's a saying that Tell me who your friends are, and I tell you your future. This is really a powerful statement, guys, because once you understand programming, right, um, you will understand that you have to protect something in yourself. You cannot absorb a lot of negativities every single day unless you are fully equipped and you are fully um, experienced, okay, of how programming works, of how your program yourself works. But if you are still on a starting phase, you cannot absorb a lot of negativities, and that's why environment plays a big role in your elevation when you are leveling up. So if you have this environment wherein all they talk about is the lives of others, right? If you have this environment wherein mas busy pa sila sa buhay ng iba kaysa sa buhay nila, right? If you have this environment wherein all they talk about is problems, wasting time, right? Just scrolling to social medias, and you yourself, you want to elevate, right? And then you're asking advice on these people on how to elevate. Or maybe you're not asking advice. Maybe you're just spending time with them. You're not doing anything, but then again, what they're normally doing is wasting time. So, ibig sabihin nun, you are with them and you are also wasting time, right? Say, for example, you are already learning stuff. Hey, Coach Carl, nagbabasa naman ako ng libro while I'm in them. Okay. When you are being distracted on something, right? You're doing, yes, you're reading book, but you're being distracted every single time. You will lose focus. And in the next videos, you will know that having focus is really a big thing, right? So this environment plays a big role, guys. I'm not saying that you have to unfriend your friends, you have to forget your family. No, you just have to limit. Um, you just have to limit your time, right? Spent with them because you are going to be having more time with them once you already are fully equipped, right? Once you focus yourself on yourself first. That's really the play of the game, guys. Right? So from now on, right, try to have that environment who will um, give you more benefit. It's not just by sucking everything out of them, but what I mean to say is that get an environment where you can learn, where you can get information on how to level up. Get that environment who will push you to the top, right? Who will support you, right? Um, and get that environment who will uh, be there, right? Whenever you needed them, not just emotionally, but also um, by learning, right? Who will be with you along the journey, right? Those are the people that you need, okay, in your environment. All right. So these are the common mindsets and beliefs, guys, that even us does not know. Right? Kasi nga, walang nagtuturo sa atin ito. And that's really something that is so sad. Right? I've been in this kind of situation before, and until I get to the point na I needed to do something different. I needed to do something different. This can't be the same cycle every single year, every single time. Right? And when I started doing this, um, What happened is my business grew uh, exponentially, and even if you don't have a lot of money, right, you will appreciate everything. You will appreciate the things that you have because you know your true value, right? And you know in yourself that you are already wealthy. That's really the thing when you are learning, guys, right? So life should be intentional first, then be on an autopilot. So what does that mean is that um, most of us are on an autopilot. Okay, just need to like say provide this to you guys. Autopilot is what I mentioned earlier. Wherein you wake up, you prepare to work, go to work, you go to work, you will go home, and then you eat, you sleep, and then you do the cycle again, right? That is on an autopilot. That you are on an autopilot because you don't know your source code, guys. You don't know the source code of being wealthy and being successful, no, or being successful on something, right? And you let your life drift every single day. Ibig sabihin nun, um, your goals are no longer in there. You have a small goal, right? Just, okay lang to, ganito na lang buhay talaga, right? Because you don't know how to um, stop that autopilot, right? And program yourself and then be on an autopilot. Okay? So, what do I mean by that? When you are successful, your life is intentional. Ibig sabihin, you know the step-by-step process that you will do in order for you to be on the right, in order for you to be that person that you want to become, in order for you to have that life that you want to live or have, right? But you will only know this if you know your programming. So that's the purpose of knowing the source code of winning and source code of success, right? So when I say everything is on, should be intentional, guys, from the word intention, sorry, intentional. Intentional is all inside you, okay? The thing that you don't know, that we don't know, that I personally don't know before is that everything here is mental. Everything is in the mind. Everything is inside you. What do I mean by this is that the source of everything is inside you, me, us. Coach Carl, ano yan? Naguguluhan ako. What do you mean? All right, let me explain to you. This is the process of creation, guys. Internal to external. Everything that you can see in this world, right? Your cell phone, your laptop, your computer, your books. Nagsimula yan lahat in a person's mind. The iPhone, it starts from an idea. No? The cars. So before, wala pang mga kotse. Diba? Before, wala pang eroplano. But then again, some freaking uh, people, no? These crazy people who believe that this could be possible actually have thought of it and made it possible. But before it become possible, it started to become possible first in their mind. mentally. What do I mean by this is that everything that you want in life, you have to process that first inside you. But again, if you are on an autopilot, you don't know your programming, it means to say that you will just live the day, the same result every single day, every single year, right? So, Coach Carl, ibig sabihin na may gusto ako sa buhay, I just have to process it internally and then I will achieve it. Yes, more of these topics, guys, are actually inside of our circle. Okay, that's what you will be learning in there, and that's for free. These things here, these topics are for free. You don't have to pay for anything, and that's why I'm excited that you are in here. Okay, so for you to have that mental capacity of achieving stuff, you have to know your programming and your mind setting. Okay, we are still on the source code of winning and success, guys. Every successful people that you know, try to have that investigation. Whenever they have an interview, right? You will connect the dots. Na it started first with their mind, living in the possibility of the unknown, right? The possibility of the unknown. When I'm starting to create this video, guys, I would not know na you there will be a lot of you coming in, but I believe in the possibility, right? And I can see the the vision that I could help more people, right? That's why I keep on doing it, keep doing the videos, keep innovating, and that's why you are here now, right? When I started my business, all I know, wala pa akong ano noon, like total personal development. But then again, I only believe in one thing. This could be possible. Started my fertilizer business. This could be possible. And then I let go and I let God. That's just basically it. I know what I need to do. I did what I have to do and forget the rest. Let it play out. It's the same thing with the other successful people, guys. Trust me. They believe on an idea that is in their mind. They know that this could be possible, right? Even if all the people are telling them, na, oh, you cannot do that. That's not possible. That is absurd. That is crazy. Guys, you will only be crazy at first until people will see the results that you have. Then they will ask you how did you do it or how you are doing it. At first you will really be crazy to people because they're not seeing what you're seeing, right? They don't have the vision that you have envisioned and visualized, right? So know the programming and the mind setting. There's a lot of things that you need to know, guys, about the programming and the mind setting. Okay, so I'm really excited that you could take a look of the video, guys, on our mastermind circle. You know, cannot explain a lot of things here. This will be very just a quick masterclass, right? So again, most of us are on an autopilot. But again, first, before you become an autopilot an autopilot, you have to be first intentional. You have to have that intention first. and then be on an autopilot, right? Then be on an autopilot. All right. So again, when you are on an autopilot, ibig sabihin lang yan that you are unaware. Okay? Meaning, hindi ka aware sa mga bagay-bagay. Hindi ka aware sa programming mo, hindi ka aware sa mindsetting mo because again, you're just living the day as the day goes by. Like, wake up, trabaho, uwi, tulog, kain, waste time, do it all over again. Okay? So, if this is your default program, this is going to be your default future because your default program will dictate your future program. Whatever that it is that you have right now, that is go if you don't change it internally, that will also be the same in your future. Are you not wondering or haven't you asked yourself, bakit palaging ganito na lang? Right? Why is it always like this every single year? Bakit ganito na lang palagi yung buhay ko? All because your default program is dictating your future. That is the reason why successful people or wealthy people are getting wealthier every single time, every single day, because they know their programming. And for the normal people who have a default program and on an autopilot, kahit anong gawin mo, kahit magtrabaho ka pa ng 1 to 2, 3 jobs a day, if your program is the same, you will always go back to where you are right now. I'll give you one example. Lotto winners. So some will tell you, if meron lang akong 1 milyon, if mananalo lang ako ng lotto, my life will change. Your life will change, yes, for a moment. But since you don't know how your program works, you will only always go back. That's why lotto winners, they have this mass amount of money or richness, but they're not programmed for it. That's why 1 to 2 years, 2 to 3 years, they're back on the same level again. Try to search it, guys. Don't just believe in my words here. Believe that for yourself. Okay? Try to do the diligence of studying or investigating further. Lotto winners, some of them, yes, mandang buhay and continued and sustained the wealth, but most of them, they did not sustain the wealth because they don't know how to use that wealth because they're just basically on the same program with a mass amount of money. Kaya nga, sabi sa Bible, if you are not deserving with the small things, you are also not deserving with the great things. If you cannot be grateful with what you have, you are not deserving for what's coming. All right? So that is really the thing, guys. Okay? So again, we are still in the source code of winning. So all of these, guys, is all about awareness. It's all about awareness. Once you have that awareness, you will know what to focus on. And again, wealthy people are focused. So, saan sila nakafocus? They're more focused on time and energy, right? But the not wealthy people, they're more focused on money, right? In this right side of the spectrum, guys, they're more on slave. On this side, They're more on, like, say, free. No? So they're living free. What do I mean by this? So, ibig sabihin ng Coach Carl, their focus, wealthy people focus on time and energy. Let me give you an example. The not wealthy people, they focus on the money and not on the time and energy because they're more focused on distractions, right? They don't value the time and energy. Time and energy is your currency, okay? Even if, like, say, if you come to think of it, whenever you're doing your day, right, you are being paid by your time and your energy. By who? By your boss, right? Your boss knows that he cannot do the things, do everything by on his own. He needs more time and more energy. That's why he is employing people that has time and energy, right? That they don't, like, say, value. They can just give away, right? In order for him, your boss, to have more time and energy. Are you getting the point, guys? This is not to discredit people, guys. Again, you are only like this because we are not being taught about this. Hindi tayo tinuruan ito sa school, right? And not everyone is for this kind of mentality. If you have a job, you love it, you wanted to do that for the rest of your life, you're not uh, hindi ka nagrereklamo, then that's good for you. If you wanted to excel or become successful in your job, that's good. That's good, right? If that is what you want to spend most of your time on, then that is good, right? Pero kapag nagrereklamo ka, you don't want to do that anymore, right? You're just in there because of the money, diba? You're just in there because you don't have a choice, you hate it. I mean, that's a different story, guys. So wealthy people, they focus on time and energy because they know that energy is the currency that they have, and this is somewhat that they need to protect. Right? You cannot give your energy and your time just to anyone. Right? So since we now know this one, try to ask yourself: Am I focused on money? Am I not aware that time and energy is what I need in order for me to achieve more great things in life? Diba? So if your answer is more about money, guys, you're doing things just because of money, then you have to switch your focus because that is the reason why you are in a stuck mode, uh, autopilot. Okay? So next is successful people. They focus on assets rather than liabilities. So what do I mean by this? Business 101, asset is something that could put something put money in your pocket. Liabilities is something that could take money out of your pocket. In this master class, this is the asset is something that could put more energy and time in yourself. You could generate more time and energy. Liabilities is something that could take more energy away from you, right? So that the example is for liabilities, you are in a job that you hate, you are doing something that you hate, that you don't want, right? But you're in there. And that is taking away your energy. Have you come to think of it? Pagising mo pa lang sa umaga, pagod ka na. Pagising mo pa lang sa umaga, ayaw mo na magtrabaho. Gusto mo na lang humiga. Right? Because these things that you hate is what you are focusing on and what you are doing. Just because, again, you need money, you're focused on the money, you, you disregard time and energy because you don't know it. Right? Now, wealthy people doesn't like that. They want to do the things that they love. What is that? Right? To give them more freedom. I'm doing these things here, right? Because this will give me more freedom. This will give me more time for my family. This will give me more energy to do the things that I wanted to do. You're getting the point, guys, right? So basically, um, it's all about switching your focus, guys. It's all about switching your focus and protecting your time and energy and your focus, right? So again, successful people, they focus on what they have inside them. Because again, internal first before external. They have to protect something internally, the things that no one could see but themselves, right? Because they know something that the normal people does not is not knowing about, right? While unsuccessful people, they focus on they don't have, right? What do I mean by this? They cannot be grateful for what they have right now because they want something that they think that they must have. Okay? Gusto nilang makuha yung mga wala sa kanila. That's why you buy you buy things that you don't need, you buy like say things that you think you don't have, right? Right? You you focus or you go to people for in relationship, right? You go to people that like cheap people, right? Because you're feeling, kulang ka and you need someone who who needs to be by your side, right? You really don't have to do this all, guys. You just have to you have to be the person, right? First, before you become that person. Okay? So again, for this third sample, guys, successful people are more focused on the positive side, and unsuccessful people are focusing on the negative side. Okay? So when you focus on the negative things, guys, right? Even if 99 things are going right, but you're focusing on one thing that is not right, you will disregard those 99 things that are going right. No? That is really the catch and the danger when you don't know these stuff here, guys. That's why it's keeping yourself stuck to the same place over and over again. Because instead of you um, focusing on the solution, you're more focused on the problem. Then instead of you focusing on the positive, you're focusing more on the negative side, right? And once you focus on the wrong things, guys, even if you focus on the wrong thing or the right thing, it's up to you, right? But um, whatever you focus on in here, will actually build your identity. And so if you focus on the positive side, right, then you will build your positive identity, right? So once you build your positive identity, it will create thoughts that are positive, right? And it will create feelings that are also positive, and that will create actions. Okay, so dito na lalabas yung action um, that you need to do, right? Because basing on from your identity, you are on a positive, and you're thinking of positive thoughts, and you're feeling your emotions are on positive, and your actions will now also be positive, and you will actually get the result. This is from internal, which is the identity, right? Internal, which is from the identity, going to your thoughts. Feelings is still internal, guys. You can see, and then your actions that will produce the result. This is now the external. You cannot change the result by changing the result. All right? That is the explanation on kahit na magtrabaho ka pa all your life. If you don't know these stuff here, trabaho ka man ng ilang jobs, you will always go back to where you are right now because you haven't because you have the identity of the person that you don't want to become. And in our circle, guys, we are explaining more about identity. We are explaining more about energy, frequency, vibrations, right? How you can manifest things, right? And yeah, um, I'm really excited for that, guys, and I hope I can see you in our mastermind circle. Okay. So, ready or not, guys, you are really meant to become wealthy because being rich and wealthy is your birthright. That is your birthright. You know the source code, but when you truly know that there is something inside you which is so powerful, which is so powerful, so magnificent, right? You will learn that everything here is meant for you, right? And that's what you can learn more about in the circle. Okay, you deserve you deserve great things in life. And again, the perfect time is not tomorrow, not yesterday, but today. This is the only time that you can decide because you cannot guarantee your tomorrow, guys. If you don't act today, he will never be sure if he still have time tomorrow. Okay? Successful people decide and act today. Wealthy people are decisive. They decide right away. If this is something that could put more value for you and your family, then you don't have to think twice. You have to act today. Because again, this is your only perfect time to decide. Right? So yeah, join the circle for free. This is gonna be your next step. If again you don't know how to proceed with your life right now, you wanted to do more, you wanted to be more, right? Then you are the missing link, whatever you are desiring of. So I will see you in my circle, guys. We will talk about money in there. We will show you how to earn more, how to have the skills, right? But if you already have the business, we can you can also use the things in there to expand your business, right? To if you wanted to have a relationship, you can also use that those things that you can learn in there, right? For you to attract the right partner. And yeah, spirituality, guys, it's also in there, right? And yeah, see you in there. Message the page in order for us to send you the link. Okay, cheers, guys.